And like when you notice when you make somebody mad or they finna get ready to fight or anything, they always take in some air first.
Yep, deep breath.
Or the cool off, even the cool off or the calm down. They say, or even when you get hit, like you hit a bone, hit a funny bone or something, you go take in some air, baby. Ooh, oh, that shit hurt. You know what I'm saying?
So that's the science of breath.
Yeah.
That's a book. But practicing different breathing techniques give you control of different bodily functions.
Pain, you can control pain through breathing. You can control pain
Yep.
through breathing.
So the more you understand the breath, that's spirit.
Yep.
Spiritus mean the breath.
Go ahead.
Right? That's the word spirit. Spiritus. It's Latin. Right? I mean the breath. The function of the breath is to facilitate the oxidization of the materials that you use as a waste product. When they oxidize, that's when the body starts to burn. The burning is the sensation of the conversion of all of that stuff into some usable substance for your mitochondria to power your DNA.
That's right. Go in.
If you go to the mitochondria, you'll find that in the mitochondria is the matrix. And when you unravel this secret, as we just went through it, you unraveling the keys and the source of the matrix. So when they tell you that God is a man and you tell them God is a woman, now they'll understand it a little better. X-Men Academy.
Right. And that's what I was gonna tell you too. Like when women having a baby, they say breathe. Go on, when they're having the baby out, they say take some deep breaths, relax. So like it's gotta that I think the beginning of the chi is discipline. It's discipline, like you said, then harnessing the air energy. It's something doing with the air, how they gather in that power, because the electricity, all that work with the air. So it's getting the air. Yep.
Yeah. That's what you're using for Prime Creator to relay the information to your mitochondria. You gotta remember, if you study epigenetics, you know that we projected into ourselves from somewhere else. And if we projected into ourselves from somewhere else, that means we got to be in a remote location where we not in this form. Right? And we being projected, the inner workings of the mechanism is telling us that the self is projected through the mitochondrial and it's reading his book of life off the DNA. The DNA is giving you your instructions of why you came here and how you need to move in order to get your job done. Genetic memory.
Do this, Rod. Like, so we got our babies, right? We got these babies that's advanced. I'm telling you, my baby is advanced. How do I start? Do I start training them like you were showing in this tape? Like start blindfolding them, make them catch a ball, make them do this stuff, make them read, doing like this, like it's they could talk.
You gotta know.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so you need to understand what the mind doing.
Okay.
If you understand what the mind doing, then you can instruct them better. Okay. Like, I don't give a cookie cutter for everybody because every child is different in how they need to be taught.
Okay.
But it's some things that you can teach them, no matter what their learning style, that'll help them grasp and translate information quicker.
Yeah.
As soon as possible, we need to teach our children speed reading.
Yep, you was talking about that.
As soon as possible. As soon as they got the phonics, they got a program I like. I ordered them and I end up having to cancel my payments on them because their business practices didn't match their product. Their product is excellent, but their business. Anyway, the IQ reading program, right? It uses what look like video games to train the eye to perceive faster.
Okay.
Now, there's a couple of side effects come with learning speed reading. One, that it broadens your peripheral vision, which means it allows you to see a larger spectrum on the light spectrum than you normally would see. You also pick up information faster. It was a movie, a series just come on USA. This dude, his father was a cop. And his father was teaching them at an early age how to pay attention to detail. Sock. That's the name of it. His father trained him how to pay such close attention to detail until his mind began to register details without having to really look for them.
Yeah, without just automatic.
Right. Because it was redundantly taught and embedded in him at an early age. You gotta remember the Jackson Fives used to get out of school and rehearse till it was bedtime.
That's facts. Go ahead. I was gonna say that. Go ahead.
You know, look at Beyonce Knowles.
That's right.
They can say what they want about her, but if you look at how hard she been training from a child,
that's right.
Right, she can only be what she is because she trained herself to be that. Yes. If her self-confidence match her skill development, she has to reach that level.
That's right, bro.
That's just the law of nature.
Tiger Woods, same thing.
Yeah, same with Tiger Woods. Yeah. Same with the Venus and Serena, whatever them people say they is or not. Yeah. But the thing is, you can't take away that all of their childhood they practiced.
That's right.
And they became good at a faster pace than the average child.
Right.
And then they took over.
That's right.
It is what it is.
God. Yeah, so you got people like, and then like you know, like the people that start out like Mayweather. Mayweather was doing it when he says he was a kid. His dad. Yep. So now he the greatest. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Like, they mentioned Kobe. Yep. LeBron too.
Yep. Yep.
LeBron was playing with NBA players, and at a young age, they used to come into his town to play with him.
That's right. That's right. Kobe too. Kobe. Yep. So a lot of these cats that's come great. A lot of them, you know, some people. Like if Michael Jordan, he rare. He said like I think he started playing in the 12th grade or something like that. Yeah, he rare. You know what I'm saying? He became the GOAT. He rare, but like you got some people they never even tap into their potential until later on in their life. They figure out they could have been the GOAT.
Call them late bloomers.
Yeah, late bloomers. Go ahead.
Yeah. So some of us go through hard life to be the best elders. All we doing is training to be in the position we truly want to be in. So if I go through life and I learn how to kick ass, take names, get rich, and play games, now I know everything I need to know to have fun with my family when I get old. So once we get to the point where we can become the elders, now we can enjoy our family the best. Right. So that's where I'm at. That's why I'm a late bloomer. I could have did this shit when I was 8 and told these people that there's some strangers on the land, but I couldn't tell them exactly where they was at.
Yeah, they probably would have took you out right then, bro, like they did Lil Chief, Lil Horn. What his name is?
Yeah, talking about Emmett.
Yeah, Lil Emmett. They would have took you out like Emmett. Emmett might have said something. They heard him, and they said, "Oh yeah, that's."
I'm telling you, man. I know exactly what happened, man. When I'm reading the story, I'm like, this is a repeat. Yep. That's Chief Little Horn.
Yep.
He would have had this motherfucker turned upside down righteously, right? So imagine you merge Malcolm and Martin together all in one person. This is what he would have grew up to be because people would have responded to him like that. His thing was whistling the war cry. In the South, it's called whistling Dixie. It became that during the Civil War, but it's an old tribal war cry. Some of them use a little flute made out of wood.
Okay.
But some of them just learn to whistle with their mouth. Okay. Chief Little Horn, if he come back, he gonna always be a whistler.
Uh-huh.
And his whistling gonna make him famous all over the land, and he gonna be able to use that as the cover story, like E40, to join the Chiefs behind the scenes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So while you using your art to get you into places, you're using the places that your art take you to make your connections. Right? So we got different levels. And we got to start tapping back into the old structure and the old ways in order to remember who we is. So that's the keys to the sorcery on the land, that natural magic.
Hey, Rod, I'm waiting on him right now, Rod. Yeah. Raw cracked heads and twist caps on this one. This right here one of the best ones. This one of the like we got a lot of tapes, Raw. This one right here is one of the top ones, Raw. This is hot. I like this. I like this tape. Yeah, this was a good one because this right here taught us some the next level information. It says, "Do looking in the mirror mess with your self or esteem? Does looking in the mirror mess with your self esteem?"
It's the conversation you having with the person you see in the mirror, whether you use it to tear you down or build you up. You can't never allow nobody to convince you to tear you down. Always build yourself up first, because that's going to make your real tribe come to help you build you. When they see you doing the self work, then they gonna come and help you work at the other stuff that complements that. So if you building yourself to be the king, by the time you get done building yourself into king status, you got a kingdom under you.
Somebody said, "How do they find the chief owner land in the Philippines?"
The Philippines is matriarchal. They looking for a big mama.
You already pointed that out on the 007 tape. I think you showed the big mama for that area in the 007 tape. Yeah, go check out that 007 tape, Mission Goldfinger, when Raw was pointing out the different matriarchs that were controlling the land in Asia. The one in Asia, he showed that lady that was connected with Mother Khadijah and what it was Farrakhan's wife and Elijah Muhammad's wife, and there was a couple more ladies that he
Oh, that
showed.
was Imelda Marcos. She's not here no more.
Okay, they took her out.
Yeah.
Wow. It says what you think about geometrics? A question. Not related to the subject, but
can you post the question up? Because I can't see it.
Yeah. Okay, go right here. We got a $5 shout out Carlos, man. Shout out Carlos. Not related to the subject, but can Chief talk about the Burkhardi? Man, I can't even say what the hell. It's a certain tribe. Boricata. BORIC. Borica.
Oh, those are Puerto Ricans.
Okay, all right. Oh, Puerto Ricans. Okay, all right. Puerto Ricans from the like our Latino light skinned brothers.
Yeah, so Puerto Rico was annexed by the conquistadors. The conquistadors is using you see Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah.
Puerto Rico was an island where the thieves was keeping their stash at before they moved it back to Europe.
Okay, yeah. I know you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
So they built military outposts, Spanish outposts on all corners of the island, and fought the natives to the center of the island. Right. So once they finally once French lost, they moved their wealth. Now they moved their wealth back to Europe. The Spanish did. Yeah. This is when they set up. They're getting ready to set up Switzerland now in the banks. Right. So now the natives eventually fight the conquistadors to a stalemate on the island. Okay. Some of them stayed and corrupted the priesthood to the day, but most of the priests there are back to the old ways, know who the ones that don't belong there, and that's using the priesthood to exploit the people. That's the only way you know the difference. When you're looking at the priesthood, the ones begging for money, exploiting people, offering them to do conjures, that's not what a priest do. Yeah. That's all kind artist shit.
And we got another one, Skyfi. Shout out Sister Skyfi for the super chat. It says, Rod, what's up with the month of May? They said something big's supposed to happen in the month of May.
Well, you can't say what's gonna happen. You can look at the stellar alignments. And according to the stellar alignments, the energy that's coming to the earth, and something should happen according to that energy. But you can't never say exactly what it is without past frame of reference that lays over the future. That's why they say look back to see the future. Yeah, so it's the alignments. If you don't have a similar alignment to the event, you won't have a comparative analysis to figure out what the event going to be.
Yep. All right, somebody said Rod. That boy Rod cracked heads on this one. It says, what about those whose mother abandoned them or had a toxic relationship with their sons? How do the sons receive the mitochondrial energy? I guess he was trying to say.
The female he get with,
okay,
is going to come in to clean up his mother's generational curses. He got to be perceptive enough to know she there, or he gonna miss her.
Okay, that's fire. That's fire. Yeah,
Big Mama always send somebody to reground your mitochondria. You can't be on the land unrestricted mitochondria wise from the sisters. You always gonna have a relative or somebody that's gonna be partial or that's gonna take on the responsibility of honoring the mother role in your life. You know it until later on.
Yeah.
All that time.
Yeah.
Damn, right now when I look back at all of the people that pass codes to me coming up, I'm like, why do we not be more consciously aware that we code flipping even as children? The children's games, all of those children's games, hopscotch and all that, those were training programs. All them games that we double dutch is from here. Double dutch ain't from nowhere else on earth but the Americas. That's where it came from. Right?
I never learned.
Yeah, but other cultures have a similar practice. Like in Asia, they got this thing with the bamboo poles that looks like they hopscotching.
I know what you're speaking of.
But that's all how we learn how to read the culture versus the training we get in the educational system of miseducation and deception. So when you get older, you become an elder on the land, right? You coming into who you are, you're responsible as an elder to tell everybody what you see until they understand what happened to our people so we can break free as a collective. One of us can't break free and leave everybody else in bondage. We have to find a way to free the most people we can free are the earthborn, right? And that's what I have been working on. And the task is so big that when Everett X told me what I had to do, I said, man, I don't think I could do that. He looked at me and started laughing. He said, you got this.
Yeah, because here you are.
I did not see my capabilities. Then you got to keep in mind, I'm coming from perception of others of me. I'm an idiot. I ain't really that smart. Right. So now I got to learn how to find out how to read all these different tribal customs and traditions across the land to see what's going on with our people. And then I keep seeing these sore thumbs pop up. That's not how we move. Who is this? Signing treaties to sell land? Where did these people come from? Who is these people signing these treaties? This ain't us. They land. We don't believe that you can sell Mother Earth. That's like somebody saying, yeah, I'll sell you my mama. It doesn't compute to a seasoned chief that becomes an elder.
Right.
It's irrational logic. I can't sell you my mama, fool.
Okay.
So when you're reading in the treaties that Chief White Dog, what the fuck? Who is this? It's talking about that you can buy this land. So that's how we know that there's imposters on the land, because they not moving like the tribes. All that stuff made up to trick us. And I'm gonna keep saying it until we understand it.
And that's all we can do is keep saying it. Some people gonna catch on, some.
Now they about to catch on fast because we're getting close to end game. We're getting close to the big rollout.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Very close. Yeah. My dreams, I tell you, my dreams. I don't even see how I get rest. From the time I close my eyes, I wake up in the morning. It's like I'm everywhere.
Yeah, we do a lot of traveling in our dreams. Now remember, if you notice, the time in a dream doesn't match the time of the sleep. You can be in a dream and go through a whole week and wake up 8 hours later.
Yes.
But in the dream, you lived a week.
Listen, Brother Rod, that is so true. The other day I lay down and I woke up. I was like, oh, it's almost time to get up. I slept so good. I had only been asleep for an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was time to get up. So that's true.
You know, I went through years of insomnia. I used to read myself until I fall asleep. That's how I ended up reading so much material. Couldn't sleep. I had to read at least about 30 or 40 pages to make my eyes tired enough for me to fall asleep. That add up fast.
Well, I don't have that problem. As soon as
Yeah,
I lay
but
down,
what
those
I
eyes
ended up doing,
closed.
I ended up training myself to use water as a sleeping agent. So when I start every night when it's time to go to bed, I used to drink a big cup of cold water and go in my room, cut off all the lights, close my eyes, go to sleep. After a while, my body got used to when I drink the water, that means it's time to go back to sleep. So when I started experiencing my bouts of insomnia, I smashed a big cup of cold water. I'm out like I took a sleeping pill. And it only took me about 3 months to train myself to do that. Now I could do it at will.
I drink cold water before I go to sleep as well.
Yeah, most of us build up a dehydration anyway, because we're not properly, our system's not working at optimum levels, and it causes more water than we would normally need to run the mechanical system of the body. Right? So when we drink that water, we hydrate the system. Now the system can start doing repairs, and it does repairs when you resting, when you sleep.
Okay. Yeah, my body, I used to drink juice. Now all I want is water. All the time, all day.
Yeah, I went through phases: juice, water, pop, juice, water, pop, and then I found out I was calibrating to energies doing that. When I was going through a phase, I only got the appetite for this. And then I said, okay, calibrate myself. Then I had to say, well, who energy am I calibrating to with this particular thing? Whether it was, I got an overwhelming craving for chicken. Oh, that's me.
Yeah,
I'm tapping into me. I'm tapping into me. I love fried chicken. So, but when I go through I found that when I'm trying to channel my mama, I get an overwhelming craving for Pepsi. Well, most of my life, my mama drank Pepsi. Before that, she used to drink Royal Crown Cola, but then they mostly went out of business and forced her. She didn't like Coke, so she started drinking Pepsi. So now, if my mama trying to tell me something and I can't hear her, I'll just get a craving for Pepsi. And then it ties the sympathy into my mama and her Pepsi that puts me in what's the nostalgia and reminiscence to recall her energy, and then she can communicate with me.
That's funny because a lot of times I think like my dad is trying to communicate with me. Like I'm still grieving him. It's been 2 years. I'm the only girl. I was a daddy's girl. And I just crave like these beef sausages all the time. My dad he was like the sausage connoisseur. He was die for a good sausage, you know, down south.
That's how he communicate with you. The way that you open the two-way channel is when you get the craving, he got a message for you. Right? So you go, whatever his favorite sausage was, try to find that one and cook that one. And it's closer to his energy. You got his DNA signature part of who you are. And when you do something in the physical world to call forth the energy, now you can align your codons on your DNA to allow him to download information directly to you from the genetic tree, from the family tree.
Okay. I'm going to find that sausage.
Yeah. All right, sweetie. I was gonna make this my last one. I'm trying to take one more call before I go.
All right, brother. Thank you. Gratitude.
Okay, you're welcome, sweetie.
Hey.
Hey.
I was trying to get a hold of you forever.
Oh, how you doing?
I'm all right, not too bad.
Where you calling from?
Ohio.
Ohio? You right down the street anyway. What part?
Not too far. How you been?
I've been doing pretty fair for square.
That's good. That's good.
What you want to talk about today?
I've just been trying to talk. I don't know what it was I was supposed to get in contact with you about, but a while ago, I had inboxed you a couple times, and you had came to me in my meditation, and it was just said I was supposed to get in contact with you. This when you was on Rod Hayes, and you'd be so busy though. I hit you up we had never connected, but I don't know what it is we were supposed to.
Do you have Cooks in your family? Last name Cook?
Not that I'm aware of.
How about Griffin?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. This is checking because you look like one of my cousins.
Somebody did I hear somebody say something? You know what? My cousin did just say something about some Cooks being on our side of the family. I want to say she did. My grandmother. I think she did say that.
See, is she from around the Magnolia, Mississippi area?
They are from Mississippi. I'm not sure what area.
Find out. It ain't gonna be hard. You gotta do is call. There's a couple people in your family you call. You know everything you need to know.
There's one I could call. This is the one that told me about the Cook, but they changed their last name to Lott, L-O-P-P. They Lotts or Keiths now.
So in the tribal tradition, when you used to, when they crop a dog ears,
yeah,
they used to call that lop. Right. She changed her name because she's telling us somebody's trying to cut the line, trying to cut the family tree. So she had to hide. She had to conceal herself. She had to lop her ears off.
She married my grandfather, and his last name was Lott. And she changed her last name.
He might be the one who was hiding from the enemy because he's the one carried the last name. It's normally tied to a profession, too. So if he was a dog man, he could have got that name from being from a long family of dog men. They cropped the dog's ears and tails and stuff, right? But that was a term that you would hear when somebody's trying to cut off the family tree right before we went into the amnesia.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
I know, we was in fucking amnesia. Yeah. Now I gotta try to piece this shit back together and give it back to us.
I'm trying to. And I know it's a lot on my mom's side with them losing their land. I know my grandmother had a bunch of land in North Carolina, and it illegally got took. And they got an airport.
Yeah, all of the Carolinas going back to the Gullas and most of Florida. The Gullah Geechee Big Mama is going to have to reassign land. It's not a grant. It's you're responsible to caretake this area.
Because I know she full-blooded, and she was full-blooded. She was Blackfoot and Chippewa Indian.
Yep. So when they started saying Blackfoot, that was a name we got from traveling across the desert. We didn't wear shoes during the desert, right? And the sun used to cook the feet darker than the face. When we got over there, the feet were so dark, they laughed at us and called us Blackfeet.
Oh, wow.
That's a different clan. Yeah. They a splinter clan of the Iroquois off of the Crow. It's a couple more clans. I can't think of them all right now. But they was all branch family tribes that came to fight the Gullah Wars. Yeah. This is how we all end up in the Southeast, concentrated in such high number in the Southeast. And when they do their surveys, they can't find us in the other parts of the land. We was fighting war. And then they wanted that's why they came with the slave narrative. That keep us from rebelling against the war that they imposed upon us. Right? So their whole system, Plato's Republic, being played out in our face behind our back.
My grandma used to always say, I don't know nothing about no slavery. I wasn't no slave. I don't know nothing about slavery. Like, they teach y'all that in school? So yeah, grandma, they was teaching us we were slaves. She was like, nah, we owned our land. We wasn't no slaves. We had stores, land. We ain't slavery. I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, they came to the mainland to fight in the wars. Once Chief Pontiac and Toussaint beat the French, they was done over here. They was done over here. They had no more business. They lost twice. Right? And because they lost, on their tail end running out, they sold the protectorate agreement, but they didn't really have a protectorate agreement. They made that shit up. They had sacked Port Nola down there. It was we didn't call it that. The French named it that.
Right.
But we had a base. This is where the intake was to the land. Right? But once they invaded, it ended up where they first settled in what we call the Northwest Territory. Right? Northeastern Territory, what we call the New England states. The New England states is where they came in, so that became where the immigrants was brought in at. It's buffering you out, sweetie. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay. Yeah, it was buffering you out for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, but once we beat the French, they leave. They sent the Statue of Liberty back to tell us who was behind it. Statue of Queen.
Yeah. They don't know. I know I'm getting my land back. It's coming back. I know I ain't even gonna have to fight for it or nothing. It's coming back.
Mm-hmm. The bigger picture and the little picture. You got to look at what's immediate around you, and then you got to look at what's playing out on a bigger scale. This whole system, they keep telling us by not executive orders, but presidential announcements and congressional announcements of how long we got. And they telling us when it's going to all fall apart. And it's about fell apart. So whenever the AI can stretch out, I don't know what the last governmental function is going to pay for, but once that's over, there's no way to hide the new rollout of us. This is us, right? So we've been under other people's philosophies and opinions of assholes for this long. Now it's time for us to raise these matriarchs back to their place so Big Mama house can be put back in order. And that's all it is to it. And got nothing to do with me, and it's nothing personal, right? So it is what it is.
What?
I'm going to leave the European here just long enough to teach you how to run a government.
Man, know what you all leave. It's hard. I'm going
now,
to teach myself.
Look at what their job is, though. Long enough for what?
To teach you how to run a government. Wow.
That's number 46. That's Taj Tariq Bey.
Wow.
You see where it say I'm going to repeat myself?
Yeah.
That's Taj Tariq Bey constantly saying over and over. It's civics. It's civics. And they trying to make us believe that it was a religious organization.
Right. Yeah.
Right. That's what that is. That's how I knew when I was looking for Taj. What was the other quote I sent you? Another one by him too.
Yeah, right here.
This Angel Bay right here. The door is locked and the angel came and took the key away. That's the unity key. The Ali key. Right? That's Angel Bay. 38, mama's gun. My mama used to carry 38 in her purse.
Right. Yep, my grandma too.
When she first started going to church, it used to still be in there.
Yep.
She had been going to church some years before she cleaned her purse out. She had a battle kit in that motherfucker.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Them old school women. My grandma was scrap.
Type in most feared black woman in America.
I got you.
She is an indigenous lady. If the picture come up, I'll show you what I'm talking about. But she was they called her the most feared black woman in America.
This lady right here?
No, that's not her.
Okay. Let's roll down. Take a look. Yeah.
There she go. See where the sister got right up. That's her.
Why the FBI hide the story of the most dangerous black woman ever? Hold up. Oh yeah, there she go, Rod. Her name is somebody else to do took the picture. Damian White took the picture. Her name is Lucy Parsons, born in slavery 1853, made in her life mission to fight for the poor and disenfranchised. So she was in Chicago, and her was starting in Texas. Then she was to flee to Chicago. Hey man, I'm gonna do some research on this lady, man.
I know. That's why I brought her up. I've been intending to put you up on her sooner.
Yeah, man, I'm about to check this lady out, man, because